everyone, so this is me, Lynn from Jai. Let's bring our hands toward our chest. Let's slowly close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose. And as you exhale, start dropping your jaws. Start giving awareness to the top of your tongue. And start really relaxing your chest and your shoulders. So you can slowly open your eyes now. So thank you for coming into this space. Today I want to share you my vulnerability. So I'm thinking of doing a vulnerability sharing time with you I'm gonna do a vulnerability sharing from now on. This is because my intention is I want more people to talk about their vulnerability, to talk about what hurt them. The reason is because I feel we destigmatize shame or destigmatize our pain. And that's why we don't talk about it. We don't talk to our friends, or we don't talk to our partners because we feel so much shame. And because we feel so much shame, we don't even take time to reflect ourselves. We don't take time to actually process the emotion, process what really happened. And when we don't make time for ourselves in processing what happened, then somehow those pain will affect our life. And this is why I want to share you some of my vulnerability, hoping that perhaps it might make them, make you feel more okay to reflect on themselves, maybe feel okay to share with your friends, to share with your loved ones. Okay, so that's my intention. So today, my vulnerability that I want to share is something that's affecting my current relationship, and which is improving as well. So in my current relationship, when some communication is not going well, like if the other person is not really understanding me, and I find myself having to repeat the same thing again and again and again, I say, "Nande wakaranai no?" Meaning, why don't you understand? Why don't you know? And that question, not that question is very inefficient, not helpful, not like solution oriented. It has no purpose at all. But I find myself saying that. So I deep dive within because I know and I understand. I even tell my partner that don't take anything personally because I'm going in my own journey. So don't take it serious, don't take it personally because it's not about you, it's about me, how I react to things. So when I went deep within, when I started to analyze, I realized that those are the words that people were using when I was growing up. So I want to share you few stories of mine, sharing some of my experience. So I'll start with my father. And regarding my father, I just want you to know that people are able to say things and and take action because they were done to them. Because they also went through more pain, they were able to give pain to other people. Therefore, with my father as well, since he went through many things, and that was why he was able to do that to me. That's one thing I want to know. I want you to know. So regarding my father, he was always a bit verbally abusive. At that time, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a very normal thing. But since I was growing up, so since I was growing up, so I was in Japan until kindergarten. For elementary school years, I went to Japan. I went to America, and I still remember when I was in America. And in America, I didn't speak English. And of course, my Japanese was getting lower. And I still remember if I'm doing my schoolwork, he would start yelling at me. He would start like, why don't you understand? And he would be extremely mad at me for not understanding things. And it's not just one time, one little thing, and then one saying, no. I think it was really 30 minutes or 20 minutes venting all the time about how stupid I was. Like, why don't you fucking know? Why don't you know? When I was in your age, I was able to do this. You can't even do it. So, through his behavior as a child, subconsciously, I felt I was not enough. Subconsciously, I felt I am stupid, not enough for him. I'm not good enough. I felt I was very, very stupid. And when I still remember whenever I tried to reach out for support or help, he would say, you do it by yourself. I can't do this. I mean, it's too stupid. Like, you do it by yourself. Personally speaking, for me, I feel very, very stuck. Because if you tell me, and very confused because you're telling me I can't do, I'm stupid. I ask for help. I get rejected. So I feel very stuck. And I still remember feeling very worthless because I can't do it, and I'm constantly like being yelled at when I was growing up. Moreover, when I was in middle school, I came back from America to Japanese school, Japanese private school, and I know she had no intention, no mean intention, but she was always telling me, if I don't, obviously I don't know any Japanese pop culture. She would go, なんでわかんないのりんちゃん知らないのやばい知らないのやばくないI know she did not mean any harm, so it means like, oh my god, you don't know? Oh my god, you don't know? Like, I can't believe it. Oh my god, that's so wrong. Like, something like that. And I know, I know she didn't mean any harm, but for me, subconsciously, that was also telling me how stupid I was, how I'm not enough, how, in a way, not normal I am. I just felt very stupid, not knowing things. Also, so that's two. My third thing is when I was, so during even in my university years, I have such a low self-esteem that it was really, really hard for me to get out of bed. It was really hard for me to, like, job hunting was such a big, big pressure for me because I thought I wasn't worthy. Like, I thought I'm not capable of having any job. Even if I went to a very prestigious school in prestigious university in Japan, like I had such like no self-esteem that I still remember I started crying when I was able to read. Like, I was able to read, and I was like, wow, I can read, and at least that's something that I can give. At least I'm worthy because I can read. And I still remember, like, that was just in some kind of arubaito, like part-time job that I had, and I was able to read, and I was so emotional. That's how much low self-esteem I had. I thought I had nothing to give. And when I was during some internship, people were telling me, like, did you really go to Waseda? Because, so Waseda is a prestigious university in Japan, because I couldn't do that kind of certain jobs. And because I couldn't do that certain job, they questioned my intelligence, and they really did not. I mean, they were saying mean things that I can't. I mean, why? And then also, did you really go to the university? And also, I still remember when I couldn't like reply to a phone call in a beautiful, polite Japanese. I still remember this woman's face. She was really, really mad at me. And I just felt so ashamed. I felt so not capable of doing things. I felt so not enough. And all these years, I was feeling not enough. So I felt very, very not enough. So I realized, like, in my current relationship, when my partner, when we have a communication, when he doesn't know, and when I find myself repeating the same thing, I realized I was saying, なんでわからないの? Same thing that people were telling me when I was growing up. And I deep dive and I realized subconsciously I was saying なんでわからないの? Because I wanted people who hurt me to know that I am smart. You know, so this is all subconscious mind, and subconsciously, by saying the same thing that they told me to another person, I wanted to feel smart. It was a way for me to, in a way, tell them that I am smart, I'm enough. Look, I can do. I have better communication than this person. So in a way, what they done to me, I was doing it to my partner, and I was making him feel like I was making him feel to doubt himself. Like how people made me feel doubt about myself. So I can feel I am smart, and it was a way for me to fight off their meanness. So that's my vulnerability. And also, another thing is for me, I learned in the situation that I was programmed in a situation when there's some miscommunication, when there's something like not being understood, I have to say なんでわからないんだ for myself to be understood, because that was how I was trained through my experience. That was how I learned how to deal with things. So that's also one of the reasons why I was doing those things. Yeah, so just sharing my part of me and part of my journey recently. So through these stories, I hope that you know when something is not going well, and if someone is telling you something, I hope this story reminds you that do not take it personally. There's nothing wrong with me. This another person is going through another journey. That's how they were learned in their past. They're going through something in themselves, whether they know it or not. And I hope you make this a wall, like an invisible wall between this person and you, and know that you're not gonna take it personally because it's not you. So I hope this story will help you realize that. And I also hope this story help you love those people who hurt you. The reason why I say love and not forgive is because I feel forgive has this connotation that somebody did something wrong. Personally speaking, I don't like that, because no one did anything wrong. Everyone was hurt, and they were doing their best. So they did nothing wrong. So I hope this story reminds you to also find and give love to the people who hurt you, so you can feel lighter, and so you can create better, you can have more better relationship with people, because you have better relationship with yourself and with your past. So thank you. And yes, I hope you create a beautiful day. Thank you.